we have Keegan here from Magical Microbes, and he's going to tell us all about this concept that he's come up with as the co-founder, and exactly how did home ec, arts and crafts, science, and the playground all come together like this?
Yeah, thanks very much. You explained it beautifully. So this is the Dough Lab, and this is all about yeast.
Okay.
So our company is called Magical Microbes, and our theme is microbes or microbiology. And so yeast is a very powerful microbe that produces gases when you make bread and other things.
Right.
So with this kit, you make loaves of bread and you perform a science experiment with different ingredients. And those different ingredients will affect the yeast differently. And what you do is you make the dough in these containers, and it actually inflates the gloves as the dough rises.
Okay.
And you have a little race to see who can inflate it the fastest based on what you feed the yeast. And once it's waving at you, that means you can go ahead and bake it. And you can actually eat it, and it actually tastes good, and you learn along the way.
And you know what? I use yeast all the time. My grandmother taught me how to make homemade rolls using rapid rising yeast.
Yes.
So I'm not sure what kind of yeast you guys use. Rapid rising?
Rapid rising.
Yeah, that's the best kind, I guess, you know?
It's very robust.
And so how did you get into this? I know you went to Michigan, Big Ten.
Go Blue.
And for your undergrad, and then you got your master's at the University of Stanford.
That's right.
What exactly in your background led you to the Dough Lab?
Yes, I used to be a research scientist studying microbial energy systems.
Gotcha.
And actually that's what this other kit is about. So my background in microbiology kind of got me into this realm, and then my friend and I got together and decided to start a science kit company. And thus we came out with Magical Microbes.
And so the whole concept behind Magical Microbes is, we got the concept behind the Dough Lab, but overall the company's concept is what?
Yes, great. It's about the amazing abilities that microorganisms have. Okay. It's a really magical world. You know, Pokemon. Right. People love Pokemon because they're kind of cool monsters. You can find them everywhere and they do interesting things.
Right.
Well, that actually exists in real life. It's on the microscopic scale. And you can do some really cool experiments with real live creatures.
Right, right. Like germs, like they're everywhere.
Exactly, exactly.
We may not see them or may not know they exist until you put it into something like this, a glove that inflates, and then those are the microorganisms that are making that happen.
Exactly. Yep, that's right.
Okay, so we have the Dough Lab, and you fully explained that. Now, what else do you have over here?
I'm going to bring this over.
This is the home ec part that I was talking about. Now we're going to take it to the playground.
I can take that from you. This one is called the Mud Watt. The tagline is clean energy from mud.
Clean energy from mud. I think I know some places that can use that in Michigan.
That's right. So what this is, it's a battery that runs on mud, and your mud already has this microorganism in it called geobacter.
Okay.
And geobacter has this ability to munch up sugar.
Is that why kids like to play in mud?
Yeah, well, it's one of the many reasons. We get all sorts of age groups. We get college level, which will experiment with what beer is most powerful, and then we get the little kids playing with dirt. But this microbe has the ability to munch up sugar and basically poop out electrons.
Okay, okay.
And so we get to collect the electrons to power things.
We're collecting poop here. I mean, it makes sense.
It's very powerful stuff. So what you do is you put the fuel cell together with your own mud. Okay. Our motto is any dirt will do. Okay. And it already has the bacteria in your mud, so we don't supply any bacteria.
Are different muds charged differently?
Yes, that's a great question. And that's part of the experiment, is you get to test different soils. You can even test things from your fridge, like you can add some Gatorade or some Coca-Cola or some cheeseburgers, whatever, and you try to figure out what is most powerful.
You know what, the closest I feel like I got to this was like my fish tank I used to have when I was young.
Oh yeah.
And checking the pH and you know, doing different things to it to balance off the pH.
And-
but to do it with mud,
Yes.
I mean, sometimes you mess with the rocks a little bit, but
Yeah, right.
but to do it with mud is totally different.
And we actually get a lot of people who use their fish tank runoff, like all that good fish poo,
Right.
put it in the mud and it goes gangbusters. It's
Oh,
really
I mean,
powerful
how
stuff.
much energy is in that, right?
And so this has a building component. It's tangible. You get to go outside, play with mud.
Right.
But it also has a software component because we have an app. And unfortunately, I don't have a good demo. I wouldn't be able to show it now. But the app actually detects the blinking.
Okay.
And because as the bacteria grow, the blinking gets faster and faster. And so what the app does is it detects the blinking and tells you how much bacteria you have.
Right.
So I checked it earlier using my friend's phone, and it's about 1.1 billion electric bacteria in there pumping away.
So the more bacteria, the more energy?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. That makes sense.
And so you do this experiment, and then when you're done with the experiment, you can actually swap it out for a little digital clock.
Okay.
And you power the clock with bacteria.
Oh, and you can power the clock. That's where the clean energy comes in.
Exactly.
From mud.
Yeah.
Okay, now when exactly did Magical Microbes start?
Yeah, so this was our first product. It started in 2010 just as a side project. My friend and I were doing this while we were going to grad school and doing other jobs. But in 2015, we launched it with a Kickstarter campaign.
Nice.
And so that was successful, and that kind of was our announcement to the world that we exist. And then since then we've been growing, and we have more kits on the way.
More and more organisms
That's right.
growing, more bacteria growing,
Exactly.
more energy growing. So where can we expect Magical Microbes to go next?
Yes, so we've got some really cool kits on the way. We want to integrate it with other sciences, so coding and electronics is really hot right now.
Yeah, it is.
So our next kit actually involves that. You actually get to control a microorganism using a little game controller.
Wow.
And so we're working on that. It should be ready in a couple months.
That'll be interesting. Now, if people wanted to purchase, you know, the clean energy from mud or the Race Your Yeast,
Yes.
how would they purchase that now?
Yeah, right now you can go to magicalmicrobes.com.
Magicalmicrobes.com. Okay.
That's our direct website. We've got other cool products too, like little plush toys and things like that. So that's the best place. We've also got some products on Amazon, and you'll find some in some retail stores coming soon.
Great. Now, what is the age range on this?
Yeah, good. So we say ages 8+.
Okay.
However, we get all sorts. We get 4-year-olds that just like playing with mud and watching things blink. And then we get all the way to the college level where the kids will really dig into the science behind it.
And what would be the price range on these? Are they the same price?
Yeah, right. So this one is $39.95 retail.
Okay.
And then the Dough Lab kit is $24.95.
Okay. Reasonable. Very reasonable.
Yeah, and the app is free.
And the app is free. Well, that's great to know. That's great to know. Very, very interesting concept here. If you have a child that's interested in, you know, taking home ec home and arts and crafts and playing in the mud, I think most children are, and also arts and crafts, then Magical Microbes is for them. And, you know, they can learn so much while they're playing, you know, and that's what it's all about. You know, learning while you're playing and interactive. And I appreciate you coming here.
Yeah,
Keegan.
thanks so much for having me.
Thanks for coming by. We'll be right back from Toy Fair 2017. Be terrific.